Hey. Oh, I didn't know if this thing was working. How are you? Welcome back to a video where I yap and I speak, and I feel like this one is going to be a little bit more playful. Not that the other ones weren't, but I feel like they were more serious or presented with specific topics. But today, I just felt like popping through and speaking about whatever wants to come through. And I saw the light and I saw the sunshine and I was like, damn, spotlight. I'm taking the spotlight today. Um, yeah, hello. How are you? I guess with spring arising again and spring coming back to our lives, I was walking earlier in the streets and seeing like not lilies, sorry, lilacs pop up and tulips and all these beautiful spring flowers. And I was like, damn, I love the emergence of spring. But then I was also thinking, I love the depth of winter and the incubation process that we all go through as people who live in the northern hemisphere, that we really have this incubation period. Now, I heard from the people in Montreal that it lasted like 8 months, so they weren't really happy about the incubation process, and it was like a rather long pregnancy before being born. I get it, but I think it's so beautiful to have seasons and cycles, and um, just like the moon has its phases, just like we all have phases of our lives, eras of our lives, you know, baby, childhood, teenager, adulthood, elder. There is such a beautiful process that goes into the renewal, the death, the birth, rebirth, death. It's all intricately so beautiful. Um, and recently, I have been thinking about the concept of the circle a lot and how we have the spiral with it, the looping, but I also really love how the circle is a force of stability. I'm saying that, and follow me or follow me not if you wish, but I feel like with the reemergence of spring, this is what I brought me back to. A circle allows for the full spectrum to be experienced. We return, just like the loop with a spiral, but the circle encompasses some sort of like a whole world, just like planet Earth. And with moon too, like all of these energies, the sun, the moon, the earth, they're also like dense and compounded and sustenant, and they have so much substance inside of them because they encompass everything. And what I love about seasons is also that they encompass everything. Everything is in them. There is no cutting through or rapidity or rushing. There is like some sense of we must traverse every step of the way. We must traverse all cycles to be complete, to be whole, to be within our like the womb of life is coming through. Something about the womb of life. Stay with me, okay? This is all leading to something. This is all leading to something that has been coming back, just like the circle, just like the looping, just like the spiral, where if we were more like a circle in our days to day life and everything had much more of a purpose, not in a capitalistic way, okay? Not in a way of like, this can serve me, in a way of taking a specific role. Now I feel like when we take a specific role in the positioning of the circle, if you are spring and I am winter and someone is fall and other person is summer, if we are all in our rightful form and shape, we serve the greater good so much more. And I think this is part of why I love circles of share so much, because we have this concept of everyone has something valuable to bring to the circle, to the table, to life. And I think within our concepts and within our ways of seeing this is valuable to me, this is invaluable, we further contribute to the agenda that we are disposable and we are not enough in our wholeness. Now, I say this because I think, especially in the West and having traveled a little bit around the world, I've noticed that everything that is circular works so much better. Everything that is circular and has a way to regenerate and a way to give each person in the circle a, I don't want to use the word role, but a sort of duty, a sort of purpose, and everybody comes in with their purpose and adds to the whole, just like a pizza. We're all parts of a pizza. um it brings so much more value to our existence. And I think we all, at the core, want to belong. And when we feel like what we have to bring is not enough, already exists, someone else is doing it, we're not doing it the best way possible, we quickly discard of our own vision, of our own existence, of our own words, of our own experience with it. And we say, maybe I won't bring this. And this specifically happens, I noticed, in isolation, when we're alone and we're not part of the circle, or a circle specifically. When we're added to a circle that corresponds to us, by the way, because not every community, not every circle is meant for us, is going to reflect us back, our value. But when we're added to a place where our role is, wow, like our purpose is elevated, basically, we come to understand that our role is very important. And this is true even in isolation. This is true even if you're alone. This is true even if you're just by yourself. But the reflection of community that it has for you is that you have something to bring and to share. And this is true no matter what. And the reflection of community is that each part of the slice brings to the greater whole. And sometimes we have to experience that in micro organism, like micro circumstances where we are reflected that. And we can say, like, shit, my voice values is valuable. My presence is valuable. And the way that I do things is contributes to the greater good, contributes to something greater than me. And I really believe that that is like the core of every human being. We want to like have impact, create change. Yeah. So I think we should bring back circle stories where every night, we sit and we just tell stories. And each person has like a time where they can tell a story about whatever they want, whichever concept, whatever they have found, whatever they have learned in their lives through storytelling, through herbalism, through mechanics, through cooking, through MMA fighting, through whatever, like it can be anything. And we will all have something to learn from that story. We will all have something to learn from your own experience with it, your own valuable relation to something, because only you got to experience it this way. And I really do believe that. Like, no matter how things look like on the outside, I think we all have our unique experiences with something. And that is what makes us so rich. It's because, like, nobody experienced it like us. And so the way that we tell it, the way that we share it is incredible. It has like so much value. And it's not only through storytelling, it's like everything that we do, but I feel like storytelling is an art that is lost. Like we can share so much of our doing, but how can we share how we've experienced something? And talking is one way to do it. Sometimes people do it through song, like songwriting and playing guitars, playing instrument, and that is such a profound storytelling, or making art, or writing poetry, or taking photography. But I think telling stories is also remembering how we've experienced it in our bodies, because our voice are incredibly linked to the way that we experience something in our bodies. It's the way that energy moves through our bodies and the way that we make sound, right? The way that we expand inside of ourselves through breath, through voice. So bring back storytelling, like every type of it, you know? Yeah, that is kind of the share that I have today. It was very impromptu. And I hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever.